Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Jesus and My Enneagram, where we use the Enneagram to grow in our relationship with Jesus Christ. This video is going to be tips on how to take the Enneagram test, as well as how to understand your results that you get from the Enneagram test. So for the Enneagram test, I actually use a free version. There are many types that you can use that are free or paid. Some of them start out as free, and then once they give you the results, then you have to pay for them. And so I will actually provide a link down below in the description for you to take the Enneagram test. This one is going to be about 50 questions long, give or take. There are other Enneagram tests that are longer. There are some over 100 questions long. For me, in my sanity, I do not want to sit there and answer over 100 questions. So if that's something that you desire, if you have the patience and the desire to go after that, feel free to look that up online. What I'm going to provide for you is that shortened test. And so when you get that test, you will see a series of statements, and you are going to say whether or not they are true about you or not true about you. And right in the middle, there's going to be an option for neutral. So tip number one is going to be use this neutral option as little as possible. I know when I took the Enneagram test, I probably used it twice on 2 statements just because I really didn't know where I landed. But the reason that you want to use that as little as possible is if you keep hitting neutral for these statements, your results are going to be skewed, right? It's not really going to know where to accurately place you. So tip number 2 for taking the Enneagram test is really be honest in those statements that you read. I know sometimes when I take these tests, I feel almost like someone is looking over my shoulder, almost as if they're judging me when I say something is true about me or not. Like I'm not a good enough person or good enough worker. Like almost like I see it through someone else's eyes of what I think I should be as a person or what sounds better. I don't know, but that's just what happens with me sometimes. And so don't stress. No one's going to judge you. No one is going to think less of you because you say that, yes, I agree this statement is accurate for me, or no, I don't. Just take the test, be honest, breathe, and see your results and begin there. So with your results, I'm going to go ahead and give you tips on those. So tip 1 for the Enneagram test results is don't take your results as gospel. When you look at your Enneagram test results, you're going to see different types. You're going to see all of them, and you're going to see what percentage of them you are. So for me, I typed 98% 2 and 98% 3. Now, that doesn't really give me much of a clarification of which one is more dominant, right? And so don't take them as gospel, but really, tip number 2, use them as a starting point in your journey with the Enneagram. And so what I did when I saw that I was 98% 2 and 98% 3, I went ahead and looked at those 2 and said, hey, which one really resonates with me? So I looked at the core fears, motivations, the description of what a type 2 and a type 3 was, and I said, hey, there's definitely some similarities that I have with the 3, but I really resonate with type 2. Because remember, these Enneagram types are connected. And so because I tested high for a 2 and a 3, it could mean that I was a 2 wing 3 or 3 wing 2, which means that I would have a blend of those 2 types. Also, one thing to observe in your results is that these types are connected through lines. So let's say if I tested high in 2, 3, and 8, well, that could mean that I am a 2 that has a blend of 3. So I have a 2 wing 3, and then within stress, I actually go to 8. And 8's on the other side of the graph. So sometimes when you see your results and they're kind of like pinging everywhere, it can be kind of confusing. But observe them and see if they are connected through a line of health or through a line of stress. Because for a 2, they are connected in stress to a type 8, and in health, they are connected to 4. So in the same way, whatever type you have, look at the wings, look at the lines of those types, and see if there's a connection point there as well. And so the third and last tip that I will give you is when you see your results and you see that you are a high 5, 7, and a 1, that doesn't mean that you are 3 different types, okay? I have given this test to multiple groups. I have done multiple sessions, and it's interesting to me when I hear people say that, oh, I am a type 195. And I'm just like, no, that's not how this works. Because what the Enneagram is going to pinpoint in your life is your core fear and your core motivation, your core longing, your core desire, what you are running away from and what you're running towards. So you can't be running from 3 different things and running towards 3 different things, right? You're going to have one central thing. So when you take the Enneagram test, don't think that you are multiple types because you test high in various ones, but figure out which one is true for you, which one resonates with kind of the core of who you are, and land there. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if my tips helped, and also let me know if you take the Enneagram test, what is your type, and how did you go about figuring out which one was yours. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you later. See ya.